Hello, everybody. This will be probably the next episode that comes out because I just went. This is my AllStar 2022 recap. I did an AllStar 2020 recap. No one cared about that. It was so long ago. But this one was even better. But my content from this weekend was it did so well. So I feel like I got a couple questions about it. Maybe I have to address some things about it. But it was probably the best time ever. Even though there's a lot of controversy around the dunk contest, all that stuff. It's okay. We're just going to have some good vibes here. I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story of what we went through to get to AllStar Weekend. Nobody knows this, but to get to Ohio, it takes blood, sweat, and tears. And Ohio is a straight shot, or what I thought was a straight shot from New York City to Cleveland. It's an hour flight, easy money. Well, let me tell you, there was a storm going on in the entire United States. And there was a cold front coming through of rain, of sleet, of snow. I don't even know what it was. High winds, just a little bit of everything, a little mixing bowl. And we were going to fly right into that. So we're at the airport. Kendall's with me. We're looking at the map. It's going to go right through where we're flying. And, of course, our flight gets delayed a little bit. We're sitting in the airport. And also, mind you, all the flights to Cleveland were either full or got canceled. What? I don't even know. Or got diverted somewhere else. Poor one of my coworker, Josh, got diverted to, Kentucky. Who wants to go to Kentucky? I don't know, but he ended up there. And it's, crazy because we're sitting in the airport, and we had this crazy idea at one point. We were we're going to... Oh, Overtime Mikey was with us, too, I should mention. We were sitting in the airport, and we're let's just rent a car. Let's rent a car and drive 8 hours to Ohio. And I was fully on board with this because I have a fear of flying. And I knew if we were flying into a storm... I've flown in storms before. Worst turbulence you'll ever... I probably would have, thrown up on the plane. I threw up. And I was not ready to do this. My anxiety was up to here already. AllStar Weekend was starting off with a storm, delays, survival mode in LaGuardia Airport. I mean, it was packed. Everyone was irritated. It's mind you, it's 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock or something at this point. And no, actually, I don't know. It's 9 o'clock. What? At night, yeah. So I should mention it's nighttime. So everyone just wants to get out of there. We finally realized our plane was only delayed about 40 minutes total. Not bad. We get on. He says, when pilots tell you the flight's going to be bumpy and it just raises your anxiety? I'd rather not know, honestly. I'd rather be surprised and just get knocked out of my chair. But no, he tells you it's going to be bumpy. It's only an hour ride, though, so it's not bad. It's fine. Got Kendall next to me. The plane, though, mind you, I do a lot of research on planes because I hate flying. And one, I know Delta is the best commercial airline for turbulence because they have a turbulence tracker. And two, I know that bigger planes do better in turbulence because clearly, you don't get knocked around as much. So we're on the plane. He announces severe turbulence as we're getting into Ohio. So it's not bad taking off, really. It wasn't really terrible during the flight. But let me tell you, I was trying to distract myself with Temple Run. And the severe turbulence was so bad that it's literally the plane was going like this as we got into Ohio. So, which is fine. Let me tell you something. I don't mind if it goes side to side. But if a plane goes up and down, that's when I'm out. I don't want to be there anymore. I start lifting myself out of my seat. I don't want to feel the G-force. I don't want to feel the turbulence. I'm thinking of the flight attendants. I'm how do they do this for a job? Kudos to them. I could never do it. But we're getting into, I keep dying in Temple Run because the plane is pushing me side to side. It's just a mess. And I'm trying to distract myself. My bakery, my little online bakery that I do is my little iPad kid game. I had no service to even play it. So all the food I was making for my little virtual clients got burnt. So it was just terrible. We get into Columbus and we're only an hour and 45 minutes from Cleveland, theoretically. We get into Columbus, and we're all right, it's not that bad. It's freezing. I forgot a jacket because the day we left, it was 62 degrees. So here I am thinking, oh, it's spring. No, not in Ohio. It's not spring. It's snowing. We find a taxi, and we're supposed to, stay in a hotel in Columbus, but, it wasn't even really snowing at the time. So we were okay, let's just, straight shot, go to Cleveland tonight, and then we'll be in Cleveland tomorrow. We'll wake up, we'll be happy in Cleveland. It doesn't happen like that, okay? It's not All-Star Weekend without a crazy story. We pay this taxi driver, who is like this older man. He doesn't seem like he really can see over the steering wheel. And we go in his big old van, we load it up, and we start driving, and we're about 40 minutes out in the middle of nowhere. And we start sliding on the road. There's cars tipped over on the side, and the snow starts falling down. So he can barely see. We're all kind of panicking. We're driving 30 miles per hour on the highway. It's getting really dangerous. Ohio, I thought, would be prepared for snow. It's not. There's no salt on the roads. There's nothing. No one's clearing it. It's just like piling up on the highway. And there's like 2 cars on the highway given every like 2 minutes. So there's nobody out. So we're like, okay, this is getting a little unsafe. Let's look up the closest hotel. We find one 7 minutes away. Takes us like 15 minutes to get there. And this little taxi driver is like, he's not the greatest driver. He stopped on the highway. He tried to turn around on the highway because he missed the exit. We found a hotel nearby, and it's like this little rundown shack, and we're like, you know what, it has a bed, good enough for us. And he pulls over at the hotel. I was scared for my life, honestly, because I watch a lot of true crime. Mount Gilead is definitely a place that like a true crime would happen. I'm sorry. My podcast would take place in Mount Gilead, my like true crime podcast, because no one's there. So like I would do it. This poor taxi driver like probably like didn't even know how to get back. It was so scary. We were trying to just find ways to get to Cleveland. And at that time, by the time we like got to the hotel, we're sitting in the lobby. Not even a hotel. It was like more like a motel. It's like 1:30 in the morning, and we're trying to just ensure that we have a ride in the next day. It was great. And then I think later on it was the Rising Stars game. That was so much fun. But my first day in Cleveland like wasn't my big day. My big day was Saturday. That was the day where I really did everything, and it's where I worked with the Knicks. I did some stuff with the Hornets. I went to the game, the dunk contest, the controversial dunk contest. So Saturday I got to I never really did something like this before. Like I've worked with like NBA players before, but I got to work all day with Obi Toppin pretty much. I got to make content for the Knicks. I got to follow Obi around, see behind the scenes every single NBA player that was in the dunk contest and the skills challenge and all that. I was talking to everyone. And let me tell you, the craziest thing is like so many of them like knew me, and I felt so cool. I was like, this is not happening. Like I was like dapping people up, and I was like, is this real? This is so crazy. I was behind the scenes. I had an NBA credential. It was my first one ever, so that's how I was able to like get behind the scenes and everything. I was meeting everybody, and I was seeing like old friends. I got to see Cole Anthony. I got to see Josh Giddey, who I'd never met before, who was super nice. I got to Obi's also super nice. Like literally, I feel like me and Obi are homies now. He is one of the most down-to-earth people I've ever met in the league. Like he is honestly so genuinely nice, and will talk to you about pretty much anything. So I was hanging with him, and I just got some like really great TikTok content out of it. And also I got to meet OT Tom's favorite, LaMelo Ball. I did like a TikTok with the Hornets, who are also super nice, and it was really cool seeing all like the media room with all the players. I was going around to every player just taking videos of them, and I wanted to ask questions, but I was a little nervous. I'm like, what if I sound stupid? But like literally Steph Curry like walked past me while like Jason Tatum was like going up to his pedestal, and like they were so close that you could like touch these guys, and that's cool. I still fangirl. I'm not even used to it. No matter how many times I go to NBA games, it still amazes me, which is good. Like I never want to get used to that feeling. I never want to get used to the feeling that like little Megan used to have when she used to sit in the nosebleeds of games. I love that feeling, and it really made me feel like a kid in a candy store all over again with basketball. It made me fall in love with basketball even more all over again. And no, I made some content with LaMelo. That video got like 3 million views. Like that was crazy. And it's funny because the Hornets like follow him around with this like little doll, LaMelo doll. And it was really funny because he actually like got into the content that we were making and like full on like it was awesome. He interacted, and then he went and did his thing. But like even just getting like that 1 minute with Melo like boosted my content, helped their content. Like it was really cool how like quickly content really can like show some stuff off for the weekend. And then doing the Knicks content, like I was just like taking video, like Obi was practicing for the dunk contest. I got videos like me and him warming up. I got to see his photo shoot. I got to see all the guys' photo shoots, like before, after. It's just so crazy. You get to see like their family with them, and just seeing like how involved like he is with like his entire team coming around, and like everyone's taking photos with him. Like it's just so awesome to be a part of that and like feel like a part of that. I feel like I'm part of Obi's team now. I'm like Obi's #1 fan. He's my new favorite player on the Knicks. So and I just got to work with like my team. Like the Knicks are my team. People associate my name with the Knicks, I feel, because I make it known that I'm a Knicks fan. When I went to pick up my NBA credential, they actually said, you're the only one from the New York Knicks, which was weird because I wasn't. I had, like, a couple other people with me. Shout out Tom, like, who I was with for the New York Knicks. But, like, it's crazy because, like, they said that to me, and I'm like, you know what? That's okay. I'm proud to represent my Knicks here today. And it's crazy because I need to stop saying it's crazy. The experience of being, like, courtside, I was sitting, like, next to, like, Carmelo Anthony. And then Steph Curry's right here. Giannis was, like, right in front of me at one point. Like, I was literally just standing all around these players, and all the celebrities are on the side. 2 Chainz. We all remember 2 Chainz. He's sitting with his wife on the side. Guy Fieri and his son. The Migos, Lil Baby. It's just so surreal to be, like, within that realm and not be, like, high up just wishing I was down there. Because 2 years ago, I remember seeing, like, Charlie and Dixie and Addison courtside, and just being like, wow, like one day I want to be there. And like literally I was like standing courtside. I wasn't sitting. One day maybe I'll have a courtside seat, but I work. So like I was having a great time. I was standing right behind the hoop for the dunk contest, and that was the coolest experience, just to get to see them up close doing their thing. And I feel like I was supporting them in a good way. Like I feel like I was supporting Obi. Like I was clapping really loud. I was doing my thing. And I think the craziest thing though was seeing Jalen Green play his highlights on like a gold chain. That was crazy. Did anyone like catch that? I posted a TikTok about it. He literally took his own highlights, put it in a gold phone case chain. I'm sure that thing was like $200,000. That thing is crazy. We got to find a price tag on that. I need to know. But like, and then, but honestly, after, you know, the creativity thing, everyone's kind of bashing the dunk contest. I had fun. I'm not in the dunk contest. I'm not going to say it's bad. I can't dunk. All the people calling it bad, like, I want to see you dunk. Dunking is not easy. Granted, I think people were just referring to, like, I guess people, the creativity was so much better back in the day. Maybe it was more classic. It was more hardcore. I don't know what the dunks. But they chose really young players. You know, this is their first dunk contest. So it was really interesting to me to see up close. I didn't mind it. You know, fall 7 times, stand up 8. You miss 7 dunks, you dunk the 8th time. I don't care. It's fine. And you know what? It put New York on the map. I don't care how many people hate on this. I don't care how many people hate on Obi winning. He literally brought home something for New York. And even funnier, I got to go in the locker room after, and I took a video of him packing up the trophy. And I'm like, how are you going to get that on the plane? And me assuming he's, like, taking a private jet back home, he literally was on my flight, on my Delta flight, my tiny plane back, sitting front row with the dunk contest trophy. And I actually didn't even notice it at first that he was at the front, but he had his whole fam with him and everything. And he literally brought it on the plane. I mean, to think Obi Toppin put that thing through security is just such a funny idea to me. And he literally did. So you know what? A humble man carrying the trophy home to New York City, as he should. Honestly, I would too. That flight was amazing. That was a 59-minute flight. So, chef's kiss. Love it. This is what I do. I make content, and I have a great time doing it. And I'm just super thankful and grateful for all that I get to do behind the scenes. So, I don't know. I feel like there's way more to AllStar Weekend, and I just can't think of it, and it'll come to my brain eventually. But, yeah. And that was my AllStar Weekend. I'll probably post more content about it, because have I posted enough? Yeah. Am I still going to keep posting? Of course. It's the highlight of my life. I peaked. All right. Bye, guys. I did it again. I don't care. Keep it in. Keep it in. Just know that I'm embarrassed that I peace signed the camera.